Hey guys, and just wait just a few minutes to see if anybody will come in. If not, that's okay. Welcome to Midas by Basira live. Whether you're joining while I'm live or whether you watch the replay, welcome and thank you for watching. I just wanted to share a thought with you all, a concept. This filter is kind of cute. So I'm going to share some tips and some information I was hearing this loud and clear. But, okay. So, with the current energy that is presidency, that's reigning presidency right now, we're in the era and we're in the energy of the rise of the divine feminine, the goddess, okay? We have access to different dimensions, like tangible, easy access to different dimensions. And the elevation of the universe has risen. So, with that being said, there is a lot of spiritual communication that we're able to tap into. There's certain frequencies that we're able to easily tap into. And so, with that being said, there has been and is continuously different entities and energies being activated, and a lot of adversary entities that is being created and is being conjured and coming through these different portals. Okay, there's different portals. Hopefully y'all can follow me and hopefully I can stay in a certain order. Whoever this message is for, I hope it reaches you well. I hope you're able to digest it, and whatever resonates with you, I hope you're able to take it and act upon it, activate the information. And whatever doesn't apply to you and doesn't resonate with you, let it fly. Leave it alone. Leave it where it's at, okay? Okay, so with that being said, there's a lot of entities, energies, spirits, that is being conjured, activated, and created. Adversary energies, right? And coming through these different portals. Now, there's portals, there's pockets all across the world, all across the galaxy, right? And then there's big portals, and then there's small portals that's being created and opened up, okay? Now, with that being said, we are in full active spiritual warfare. We're here. We're in war right now, okay? And though I understand that everybody will not make the shift, I understand and overstand that everybody just won't rise to the occasion. That's just how it is. It's even recorded in biblical records in the Bible or wherever else. But for the ones that is supposed to, rise to the occasion, make this shift or whatever, sometimes there could be a struggle between the transition with the energies or whatever. And so, with that said, we're in full-fledged spiritual warfare. And if you are not equipped with the knowledge, the know-how to fight, to war, to defeat the energies and entities, adversary, then you're likely to get lost in the shift or in the transition, or just struggle. So one of the ways that spirit dropped, like, boom, heard it, seen it loud and clear. One of the things that's holding us to be heavy and dense and not transcend with the energies cosmically, we're heavy, our spirits is heavy, our vibration is heavy. It's fear. Okay? If you are suffering from any type of fear, just fear period, fear of doing new things, fear of spirituality, fear of entities, fear of, being possessed, fear of leaving a particular spiritual group or expanding your knowledge or expanding your perspective. If you're just scared, if you're fear-based person, or your thoughts live in a fear-based space, you're heavy and you're not going to make the shift. Okay? So one thing you have to tackle is the spirits of fear. Okay? Being in warfare, being in spiritual warfare, being in any type of warfare, whether it's physical 3D, you're fighting, or, or you're on a defense. If you're scared, it's going to lock you up. It's going to lock you up. It can grip you to the point where you can't move, you can't be active, you can't be effective in your fight, in your war, right? And so that's very real in the spiritual realm as well. If you're fearful to be who you are, if you're fearful of the abilities and the knowings that you have, you're not going to be able to win the war. You're not going to be able to win the different tasks and wars that is within yourself. You're not going to be able to address the shadow side of you, which that too will lighten you and allow you to raise your vibration as well. So you have to tackle the spirit of fear. You have to rid yourself from the spirit of fear, or the thought process of fear. You have to shake it. Okay? That is a must. Okay? That's tip number 1. There's different practices that you can do, different exercises, different tests that you can take yourself through that can rid you and break down that wall, that perception of fear. Okay? Now, so tackling the spirit of fear, yes. What else do I want to say about fear? You have to truly know. One way in a way to assure yourself or to assert yourself is knowing your abilities, what you can and cannot do in the spiritual realm, who you are, your powers, your abilities, and being active in those abilities and being sure of yourself. Okay? These different things take time, okay? These concepts, these tips take time, and it takes practice, okay? It takes forward thinking, forward movement. It takes intent to even reach, even touch the spectrum of fear, even knowing yourself, okay? When I say knowing yourself, we're talking about knowing thyself. We're not talking about, I know what makes me angry. I know that I like expensive things, and like, no. We're talking about deeper. We're talking about knowing your soul, knowing not even your purpose, but okay, your spiritual purpose. But actually really truly knowing yourself in and out. It takes time, it takes practice, and it takes effort, okay? Consistent effort, right? So, with that being said, one way, another tip, one way to transcend and transition is practicing the law of detachment. It's a Hindu law or principle that in Hinduism religion, they have a law where they practice detachment, right? And so now you can find teachings on detachment in other religions or spiritual teachings or doctrines or whatever, but I learned it from Hindu practice. They put an emphasis on, or one of their laws or principles is practicing detachment, okay? What do you mean by detachment? You cannot be attached to earthly things, okay? And though there is a balance, you can't be so spiritually inclined or proficient where where you are no earthly good, which that is stated in the Bible, which that's one of the laws and principles as well, is balance. One of the Mayat laws is balance. But we're talking about being so attached to earthly things or things and people, places, that you can't see yourself being without these people, places, or things. If you are attached to money and currency in the structure of this system, you're not going to be able to make the shift. If you are attached to your family in the way of, I can't live without my family if my family is not doing XYZ. I'm talking about your family. I'm talking about your mother, your daddy. I'm talking about your kids. I'm talking about anybody that is outside of yourself. If you are so attached to the point where you can't shake the outcome of somebody else's reality or fate, it's gonna hold you down, and you're not gonna make the shift. If you are attached, did I say money? Okay. Tangible things like cars and houses and properties and things of that nature, even food. If you're so attached to those things, you won't be able to make or transcend the shift, okay? Attached to places, you know what I'm saying? Being attached to this realm. Being attached to this realm, this earthly realm, this is an illusion. This is a matrix, right? If you're so attached to this realm, you're not going to be able to make the shift, right? It's going to be a struggle. So really practicing the law of detachment, right? Like I said, this takes time, guys. This takes time and practice. Okay, now let me speak on just a little bit on being attached to this place, meaning this earthly realm. If you are scared of death or fear death, talking about fear, you're gonna struggle. You're gonna struggle. You're gonna have to make death your friend or be acquainted with death. What I mean is not being fearful to die or transition, right? um, knowing that you have a fate, understanding the higher levels of death. We just think, oh, we die and we either go to hell or heaven, and casket and funerals and things of that nature. But it's more content to, come on, squirrel, don't get too close to me. It's more content and it's more depth to the concept of death. All right. I will highly advise you guys to be acquainted with death and remove your fear from dying or transitioning is what I like to call it. All right. Because once we leave this earthly realm and our bodies is vacant from our spirit, we know that we go elsewhere. Okay. Even dabbing into that concept even more for yourself, understanding that concept and the different intricate details of transitioning will be highly beneficial to you. Okay, that's expanding your thought process and your perspective, okay, of death. Now, death is my best friend. I'm very acquainted with death. I no longer fear death. I'm speaking from, anything that I speak of is always from experience, from a place of experience. I once was scared of entities. I once was scared of being, possessed or whatever. I once was scared of death. No longer, and am I? Not even at all. Actually, when it's my time to transition, I'm going to be happy and ready to go because I know what needs to be done in the process of transitioning. Okay, so I have a good grasp of what it looks like and what it feels like to transition, right? Okay. So I've shaken that, and I know once I transition, one thing that really helped me is that if and when it's my time to go, say it's tomorrow, say next week, or if I'm in my 50s or 60s, whatever, and my family is still alive and going and well, obviously they will. I'll be leaving people behind. I know the type, I can be more beneficial to my loved ones in the spiritual realm, right? So that's one way that I constructed my thought process. That's one way I constructed my thought process to accepting death, knowing that I can I can be of a guidance or help to my family and loved ones that I leave behind. That's the whole concept. That's the whole concept of ancestors as well, right? We know that our ancestors guides us, protects us, helps us, lend us, a helping hand. Sorry, guys, lends us a helping hand. So I know that once I transition, that I'm automatically going to become an ancestor to my descendant people. Okay, that's that. What else? Once you've tackled the spirit of fear, once you've tackled once you've practiced and avail yourself of information about detachment, then and also learning who you are, who you truly are, who your soul is, then also the next thing is to be able to open up your inner ear and exercise your third eye. So you will be able to see and you'll be able to hear. Okay? Once again, there's different practices and tools and things of that nature to exercise the muscle of the inner ear and also to remove the veil from your third eye. Now, the reason why I feel like that this is the order is because if you're fearful and you start working on your inner ear or you start working on your third eye, when you start to be able to see in the spiritual realm or hear in the spiritual realm, if you're fearful and you scared, that ain't gonna be good. That ain't gonna be good. Let me give an example. You see people that went before their spirit, tapping into information and tapping into things, and they end up going cuckoo, right? Because what they've experienced, what they've seen, and what they have heard, they're not balanced. They haven't their foundation is not solid, right? And so their third eye is wide open, their ear is wide open, their intuition is heightened to the point of taking on things. They've opened themselves up without learning and understanding how to protect themselves. So then you make yourself susceptible to these different entities, and you have no shield. All right. So it's very important the order that you also go in as well. Right. That's why I always preach and talk about follow your spirit, follow your spirit, follow your spirit. Right. Because, and also it's very important to find yourself a trusted mentor, a trusted spiritualist, occultist, diviner, a pastor that is on a certain, that's not just trying to teach, that's not just trying to indoctrinate you, but actually teaching you the laws and principles of the universe, right? All right. So this is not bashing anybody. This is, I'm trying to equip y'all and empower y'all to follow your spirit. To follow your spirit. Spirit will lead you to someone that will help you along the journey. Now, though, we are in prime time right now. We like I said, the universe and the rise of the goddess and these different entities and adversary energies and all this is now. This is now. We have things walking amongst us that we cannot see. Well, some of us cannot see. And we are experiencing this, but because of the lack of understanding, knowledge, the veil over our eye, and because of our inner ear being blocked, we don't know exactly what's going on, right? That's just like saying you can be in danger. There can be robbers and rapists in your neighborhood, and the police is actively, this is an example, and the police is actively in pursuit to finding this group of people, this legion of people in your neighborhood. You don't know. You've been gone. You've been out of town. So you're not aware of what's actively going on in your neighborhood. So you're just going home freely, not thinking that nothing is going on, when really there is an active pursuit to find these dangerous people in your neighborhood. That's the same way in the spiritual realm. You don't know, because you're out of the loop, because you're not tapped in, because you can't see, because you can't hear. You don't know the danger that is amongst you. You don't know the entities, the principalities, and the things that's going on a spiritual level, because you're not aware, you're not tapped in. Okay? So these steps will have you and attune you to being tapped into the cosmic collective, to the cosmic energy, and then to the collective energies, entities, and things that's going on the spiritual level. Now, we watch the news and we see about this COVID, and we see about the vaccine, and we see about, you know what I'm saying, all of these wars overseas, and all these terrorist attacks, all of these different things that we may, know about, hear about, learn about, or whatever. But there's a lot more that's going on that we do not know about. You understand what I'm saying? But when you are tapped in and you're able to pick up the cosmic energy, right? The planetary energy, what's going on in the ethers, what's going on in the galaxy, then you will better understand. You may not be able to, you may not know the actual actions that's happening, but you know the energy of what's going on. Then you'll be able to know how to position yourself on the 3D realm, because you know what's going on the spiritual realm. Okay? I feel like I'm breaking this down pretty well. Okay? So, fear, tackling detachment, understanding who you are, following your spirit, finding a mentor. I don't like to say a leader, because leader meaning dominion over you, feeding you information, and you just no. Finding a mentor, finding someone to guide you. You understand? A righteous, good-hearted individual with good intent. You know, there's people out here. There's definitely people out here. Find you somebody, all right? Especially when you're new to this realm, right? What else? Oh, unlocking, exercising the muscles of your abilities. Everybody can channel. Everybody can get downloads. Everybody is intuitive. That's just a natural, innate thing that that's not a special gift. I don't really even like to call them gifts, but that's not nothing. Everybody is born with or incarnated with an intuition, right? It's your inner navigation system. So you're not special because you're able to follow your intuition. Everybody needs to understand that you have an intuition to help you be guided in this realm, right? It's the point of, if you are listening, using and heightening that ability, exercising that muscle, so then you will be able to be on the lookout of danger, of people that doesn't have your best interest, of entities and energies and entities, things of that nature, right? So exercising your intuition, and then finding out what your strength is. Another thing, a way to learn who you are is really getting your natal chart pulled. Getting your natal chart pulled, finding out where different placements of the planets was aligned when you were born is very helpful, and finding someone that can break that shit down to you, because learning astrology and your natal chart, that's a whole beast by itself. Beast meaning it's a lot. So of course you can do some of the work, a lot of the work on your own, but it's going to take it will take a while. You understand? And listen, once again, I'm not telling you guys any information that I haven't done myself. You understand what I'm saying? I am here to, well, not solely here to be of service to the collective, but to transcend different past life experiences that I've had, by way of helping the collective, right? So I'm a reader, I'm a diviner, I'm an oracle, I'm a shaman, I'm a healer, I'm all of those things, but I too reach out to people that can assist me, because I don't know everything, and I haven't arrived to a place of being able to, do everything on my own. So I reach out to, different people for assistance. And I, of course, follow my spirit. And of course, I do divination and all of that to make sure I'm on the right path. Because let me tell you something. This is not to scare you guys, but to equip you. There is a lot of people out here that is fakes and phony and cloaking to be like their righteous is in good source of help on the spiritual tip. What's going on? You okay?
That was good. You want a popsicle? No.
Right. No, you don't take a popsicle. Is it unopened?
Yes.
Okay, you can have one. If she has any more. There she is. Hold on, y'all. I gotta make sure Zuri is good. Thank you. Thank you. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Zuri, did you say thank you? Okay. Um, so what else? Okay, yeah. So be careful. Be careful when you're on a hunt or you're shopping or you're looking for, you're following your spirit to, different people that you listen to, even different people that you listen to. You got to protect your ear. You got to protect your eye. You have to protect you have to protect yourself on a spiritual level, even to people that you even listen to, whether it be alive, whether it be on YouTube, whether it be groups and gatherings that you go to. Because listen, when we speak or when we are being spoken into, that is automatically a spell. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's somebody speaking into you, praying for you, or giving you knowledge. They are imparting. There's an energy behind the words that we say. So we have to be careful with who we listen to, who we take guidance from, who we take instructions from, and knowing that's why you always fact check people. We're past the day and time where you just sit down in the pew and you take everything that's coming over the pulpit. We're so past that, and I'm not talking against that, but if you are not using your own mind, if you are not using your spirit, you are being tricked. You could be tricked into things that doesn't serve you, period. That doesn't serve you. And then it takes away your power. We need to stop giving our power away to people and leaders and just people. Stop giving your power away to people because of their credentials or because of who they say they are. I gives two fucks about who you say you are, your abilities, your power, how long you been in this and how long you been in that. I gives two fucks. I've been controlled before, and that's one thing I will not. I can't say. I really don't like to say never. Just saying never say never. But baby, when I tell you, I truly do not believe that I will not go down that path again. All right. The whole process of unlearning and taking out doctrines that doesn't resonate with me, baby, that was a whole process. But anyway, just be led and be guided and be careful, okay? Fact check everything. Fact check with yourself, with your higher self, with your Ori, with your ancestors, with the Creator. You understand? Whoever you subscribe to, see if that's right and righteous information and knowledge that is being given to you. All right, that's exercising. That's basically taking your power back and exercising once again your innate intuition. Period. So did I say everything that I wanted to say? I'm in nature, y'all. So beautiful out here. So yeah, I think that's everything that I wanted to say. I kept on hearing this replay in my head while I was getting up, moving around, getting dressed, even driving here to the park. And I wanted to be able to say everything in a specific order, and to be clear so you guys can be able to digest what I'm saying and not speak a whole bunch of spiritual jargon. People is so fucking irky. They say all of these different words, and knowing people don't even understand. But you also got to know your audience, who your audience is, and majority of the base of my audience is people that is new to this. You know, new to spirituality. New to what? New to spirituality. And so the foundation needs to be established. And if your foundation is broken and not solid, then the rest of your journey is going to be shaken. It's going to be shaken. And then to the people that the foundation is built and everything else, sometimes there could be some cracks in your foundation, and you have to go back and review, reevaluate, relearn, unlearn things that you've learned on your spiritual journey, and that's okay.
Yay!
That's okay. So yeah, protection up and down, left and right, north, east, south, and west. Okay, from the far, from the near. Okay, protection, learning how to protect yourself, because when you start exercising your inner ear and your third eye and opening that up and removing the veil and all of those different things, you're gonna start having experiences. You're gonna start having experiences, and you're gonna open yourself up. You're gonna be lighter. You're gonna become lighter. Your spirit is gonna become lighter. So then you're gonna be able to have access and be tapped into different dimensions, right? And so that in those different dimensions, other things dwell. And so, you want to in your process, you want to make sure that you protect yourself. There's a lot of tips and tricks. Different people do different things to protect themselves depending on your practices or whatever it may be. But dealing with white light, period. Dealing with and being acquainted with the angelic realm. Okay, being acquainted and having, not even acquainted, but having a solid relationship with your ancestors. You know what I'm saying? You need to build these different relationships, so you can protect yourself and be able to call on your ancestors, be able to call on your spirit guides, be able to call on the angelic realm to protect you. Archangel Michael, one angel that is definitely for protection and, and warring on your behalf. But once again, it takes practice. You can't just do this shit one time and think you got it. You can't just be like, okay, I just call on my ancestors. There's different practices and things that you have to do. Spirituality is not for the weak-hearted. It's really not. So if you're lazy, ooh, this wind. See? See, ooh. Y'all, it's like windy to the point where, oh, it's raining. Hello, I gotta go. I take this as a sign from my ancestors and from the angelic realm. See, I just called up on them, and then the wind starts blowing. The shit y'all think the shit is a game. It's not a game. This has happened to me multiple times where I've spoken about ancestors or different deities, and I get a clear sign and a clear message that I hear you and that we're here. And so this is a sign to me. If I was to show y'all the sky right now, that's the type of shit that I'm talking about. Being your powers being so potent that you can move, you can make things happen. Come on, because I don't want to get rained on. I just conjured my ancestors. Yes, I do. I just conjured the angelic realm. That's what I'm talking about. If I was to tell you guys the things that I have been able to do and access with just even speaking, I learned that my words have power. So now when I speak with great intent and knowing what I can and cannot do. No, it ain't what I cannot do, what I can do. My abilities. So this is not the first time that this has happened. I've made it rain before. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but the shit is real. I've made it rain before, and then I've made it stop raining, literally, because I used to test my abilities, and so there's different things that I've done and gone through. So anyway, I hope this was helpful, enlightening. I hope it reaches whoever it needs to reach. Whatever doesn't resonate, keep it. You know what I'm saying? And whatever resonates, I hope you guys are able to digest it and activate the information and act upon it. All right? Y'all have a good day. Peace.